Hi.
Taylor, you talked inside about a difficult summer because of your back.
Yeah.
What helped you the most this past year?
God. Next.
Can you tell me what it meant to you to win this award this evening?
Oh, it meant a great deal. It's a wonderful award, and it has a very deep meaning for me, and I'm very proud.
How close was your friend?
Pardon?
How close your friend was Rock Hudson? Was he really the inspiration for your crusade?
Rock was a great friend of mine. I actually started working for AIDS before I even knew Rock was ill. I didn't know a lot about the disease when I found out he was sick, which made it even worse for me, I suppose, because I knew so much about the disease.
Why did you think this particular disease would become involved with Jane?
Well, I had heard about it. I knew about it. And so many people were frightened and doing so little about it and saying so little. The silence was thunderous. And it made me very angry. And I thought, well, by not speaking out, I'm just joining in with the force that makes me angry. And the only way to stop that is to speak out. And for once in my life, I decided to use my fame, something I've resented for years on occasion, and to use it in a constructive way, and to use it for something I was trying to say. And that was to get people to listen about AIDS.
Ms. Taylor, you said that fame has been a burden. Do you ever regret being famous?
Sometimes.
How big a burden is it to Elizabeth Taylor?
I don't know. You'll have to ask my mother.
Do you think you sometimes expect too much of yourself because of that?
Perhaps, but I think unless we expect a lot of ourselves, who else will? And if other people expect a lot of us, then we have to expect even more.
So you spoke on the show about your back problems. Could you just tell us what the problem was and how you are now?
Well, it's quite simple. I slipped and fell on some moist, dew-wet marble, sat down very abruptly, and fractured my back. A compression fracture, and it sort of kept on fracturing, not fracturing, compressing. And it's been difficult to get rid of.
How are you feeling now?
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Taylor, Entertainment Tonight had a Get Well Elizabeth campaign, which I think you know about.
Yes.
4,000 people sent in Get Well wishes. I just wondered if you had any thoughts for them.
I do. I was addressing a lot of those people tonight in my speech. I was so moved and really genuinely touched by all the mail that I'm answering now, and 40,000 cards and letters are a lot to answer, but I'm doing it because I was deeply moved. It was wonderful.
Ms. Taylor, how do you respond to some of the stories that have run in the press this week?
But it depends on which press you're talking about. I don't pay much attention to the tabloids. I really don't. Do you?
Ms. Taylor, several of your friends that have been up here tonight have talked about you in glowing terms and in terms of you being a larger-than-life version of many of the problems.
That's true.
In terms of being a star and in terms of being someone who is up there where we all see many of the problems we feel, perhaps exaggerated or perhaps acted out in a grander scale, do you feel a responsibility to all the people out there as far as how you handle your own problems and what we can learn from you?
No, I don't. I feel responsible to those who love me and who I love, and I'm directly responsible for. What I do on the screen is my responsibility to the public. I can't live my life in a schizophrenic kind of existence. I have to be true to myself and live my life according to my standards. If they don't meet everybody's approval, that's too bad. But it's my approval and those that are close to me that matter, nobody else's.
What do you have coming up? Future plans? What are you going to do for the next 2 months?
I go to work in April on a TV film. It's a play that I really love, Sweet Bird of Youth, so I'm looking forward to it.
Do you think this may be...
What do you mean? I imagine pain does shape most people, yeah, physical and emotional. I guess I've been lucky. Most of my pain has been physical.
Do you think, Ms. Taylor, going back to being a child star, was that a tough burden to bear? If you could change that, would you maybe like to have found success a little later in life?
Not if you are a child with a vivid imagination, which I was. So it was kind of wonderful in a way, because I was living out my fantasies and being paid for it, and being given the time away from school, which I hated.
Ms. Taylor, what do you think about the new Richard Burton book and your statement on his journals? Do you think that was a proper thing for his last wife to do, to make those public?
I really don't want to talk about it. I have no comment about it. I haven't read it.
Any thoughts that you care to share about the recent Mark Christian trial?
No, not publicly.
Ms. Taylor, what goes through your mind on a night like tonight when you see so many big celebrities and so many friends paying tribute to you? What goes through your mind?
Oh, I'm very touched. I was very moved. And it's very warming, and it was thrilling. It was a lovely evening. I'm very grateful. Oh, my child!
Somebody misses you very much. There we are. Yeah, that's okay. Just say hi to your baby for a minute. To the cameras for a second, I'll show you the day.
Who's this, Ms. Taylor?
This is the dog they gave me tonight, a descendant of Lassie's. I'm not going to call it Lassie. Oh, you're sweet. Oh, God, that's adorable. Oh, my poor baby. Oh, it likes rubies and emeralds and diamonds. God, we'll get along.
But I think it's time to take Nancy home.
Oh, yes. Oh, goodness me. So I've got to take the dog for a walk. Bye.